Hey guys, I'm Papa Pete, and there's been two huge announcements coming out of the Intellivision Amico development team. Tommy Tallarico announced this yesterday. First of all, look what we have here. Night Stalker, the all-time classic for the Intellivision. Everybody loves this game, and we got a brief glimpse of the new game last fall on the teaser trailer. And now we're going to get a full-blown demo showing the gameplay. Now let's see, one thing I've always said is you really have to keep the essence of the games themselves, the original Intellivision games, to keep that fun gameplay in place. And this is a really important one to have done because so many people really enjoyed the Night Stalker game. And if we take a look at it, graphically, oh my god, it's amazing how much better it is. Now, one thing that used to be important about the Night Stalker game was that the rhythmic beating that built the tension when you were playing the game as you raced around trying to get the guns and shoot the enemies. And I'm listening to the music here. It's much more elaborate, but it still has that same kind of tension building up. How about enemies themselves? Bats, spiders, and robots were the original enemies. Even if you look, the grid is the same. The gameplay, the maze is the exact same. One little difference I see is over in this corner, but very, very small. The bats. 2 bats in the original game, several bats in this one. All they used to do is they used to freeze you when you touched them. They paralyze you. And I tell you, one thing I noticed is the spider. If you look at the size of that spider, that is creepy. I remember I turned it on first, I watched it on my phone, and I didn't even notice the spider first. I didn't think there was one at first, watching on the small screen, until I put it up on the big screen, and actually, Mamacita looked at it and goes, oh my god, look at that spider. It's like, it's right eerie looking. Now let's get to the robots. There's 4 robots on the screen right now. Of course, back in the day, they could only have 3 things moving. 4 things, I guess it was. So when you destroyed the spider, you only ever had 1 robot until you destroyed the spider and the bats after 5,000 points. But now those limitations aren't there, so you got multiple bats. You got multiple robots. And what's the most important thing? Multiple people. Multiplayer. And what's this? Here we go. Not only are you reserved or structured to just that one level, but I'm not sure exactly what triggered that, but it goes on to an entirely new maze, and there's going to be different types of creatures coming out, but still the same essence of gameplay. It looks like so much fun. Okay, this is all being true to the original nature of the game, building upon the great gameplay and just making it that much better. And frankly, it really seems like they're doing that. But how are they doing sticking to their top 10 commandments of game design? Tommy Tallarico released these again last fall, said this is going to be the rules that his developers are going to have to play by. Let's see if one of the very first games coming out, if it really sticks to them. Well, if you look, every game must be rated E or E10 plus. Yeah, they're shooting in this, but it's going to be no more than E10 plus, I would say, at the worst, even if you took a real hardline view of it with the shooting and killing. But every game must be playable without the need for complicated or long instructions. Sure, there's going to be a few instructions in there, but it's really not going to be that difficult. I mean, you're going to be able to pick that up and play it quite easily. Every game must be balanced to allow players with very different ability levels to still have fun. They can do that in many different ways. You aren't going to see it here in this demo, but there could be different speeds or all kinds of different things that they can incorporate into it. Every game must rate 7 out of 10, or 7 or above out of 10 on a Intellivision quality control scale. Well, this is the first one they're doing themselves, so I'm sure that's going to happen. Every game must cost less than $10. Let's hope that'll be great. Less than $10 for this. And every game must support the official Intellivision controllers. And look at that. That's the end of the demo. So, every game must support the official Intellivision controllers. Of course it will. Every game must be 2D or 2.5D 3D models, okay, but no free roaming 3D worlds. So that's exactly what you have here. You have a nice 2D sort of with it's still the same two-dimensional maze, but with depth. So I'll say 2.5D. Every game must be an Intellivision exclusive. It's no more exclusive than Night Stalker, which was one of the greatest releases. Yes, they've released a port for the Atari, but it was still an Intellivision game. and no in-game purchasing or downloadable content. Yep, okay, they can handle that, no problem. And last but not least, every game must incorporate local multiplayer, couch co-op, or versus mode. So there you go. You saw 3 different players. I don't know if there's going to be able to play 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, of course, with your cell phones. Maybe they'll have all kinds of more players in on this game. But, man, it just looks like it's going to be so much fun. A whole crowd of people sitting around playing that game. I think it's going to be great. The second announcement that he had is there is going to be a special Founders Edition of the Intellivision Amico, a limited edition, and the pre-orders for that are going to go on sale this Monday, January 27th. Now, first of all, you don't have to pay for your console up front, but you do have to put down a $100 deposit, but an incredibly good act of faith. One thing that he put right in there, if you decide after put down the deposit that you don't want the game, no questions asked, you can get your $100 back. So let's look at what actually is going to come with this Founders Edition. First of all, it's going to be a limited edition wood grain Amico console that's going to be hand numbered and hand signed by Tommy Tallarico himself. That in and of itself is very, very special. There's also going to be an exclusive $50 credit RFID golden ticket come with each Founders Edition that's going to be good for games. So you got $50 worth of games you can put onto your system right away. Now there's also going to be a couple little perks, like there's going to be a Founders patch, there's going to be a Founders pin, and there's also going to be a special lenticular poster of the Amico that's going to be signed by the entire Amico development team. I think that's a really, really interesting perk, and anybody who's into the history of games and loves games like I do, that's something that's going to be really special. I collect autographs. It's just going to mean a lot to me to have as part of my collection. It's going to be so special to me. And I won't say last but not least, but also you're going to be able to get some digital music downloads and some physical CDs of things such as music from Earthworm Jim when it comes out for the Amico, as well as other music from Tommy Tallarico himself, his greatest hits from his Video Games Live series. Okay, I said last but not least, this is actually the last perk, is you're going to get your system a little bit before everybody else. It won't be out way before 10/10/20, but it's going to be a little bit earlier than the general public. Overall, given the fact that there's a money-back guarantee, the total cost of that is $299, and it's going to be limited to only 2,600 consoles. So if you want to get your order in, I suggest you probably get it in pretty quick. At least get your reservation in. You can always pull that money back, according to Tommy, at any time, but if you can get it, the only way to get it is to be one of those first 2,600 people to go in there. All in all, yesterday was a huge day for the Intellivision Amico. So great to see the release of Night Stalker, the demo, and what we get to look forward to with that game. Who knows what further levels there are above and beyond the demo here. And the announcement of the Founders Edition, which to people like me, we love the Intellivision, have a long history playing the Intellivision. Things like that are just extra special. Anyway, guys, thanks for spending a little bit of time with me today. Don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass.
Hey, it's Paul Nerman or Nermix from the Intellivisionairies Podcast. I'm also part of the Amico development team. And you're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What the hell?